So we're getting really excited. I know I'm really excited about this telecast. I'm like, woohoo! Everybody, you know how I like. Anybody who knows me, when I get really juiced, I'm all about Cabbage Patch in a Circle. So we are having a Cabbage Patch in a Circle moment. We have some great viewers, great people doing comments, and it looks like we got our new guest that just joined us at this very moment. I'm so excited that we got the guest on here. It's working out. So DB, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
So let me tell you who we have on today. So right now we have, I call him the emotional intelligence guru, right? The guru. Because I believe that he is sharing some great information with our community. That is stuff that you see all the time within our community, but we just didn't have the understanding of ways to how to manage our emotions. And so I thought that in order to start this telethon, it makes sense to start with the emotion aspect, because I believe emotions are a big part of our money. So DB, can you tell us a little bit more? I'm going to give, I put at the bottom that you guys can go to ineverworry.com. He also has a 30-day EI experience challenge. So I'm going to put them down at the bottom as he's talking, as he gives you a good information about what he does with EI.
All right. No. Well, I appreciate it. What's up, Doc? I appreciate you having me in this morning and sharing your space. You know, DB Bedford, emotional intelligence consultant. You know, I'm really excited about how the EI community is growing. I discovered emotional intelligence around 2009, 2019. And when I stumbled, 2009. And when I stumbled across it, I realized really quick that a lot of people did not know about emotional intelligence. And when I look back on my own life, I was like, there's a lot of situations where my emotions got the best of me.
Yes.
I thought it would be dope to try to be the credible messenger with this platform. And I'm very happy that I did. And so in 2015, I wrote a book on emotional intelligence and then released my second book a couple of weeks ago. And I was excited, you know, to be leveraging such a powerful skill set that can help anybody grow both personally and professionally.
Yes, in any field. We all need emotional intelligence, you know, no matter how young you are, how old you are, you've still got the opportunity to change and make some improvements. I think the biggest issue, you know, of course, being a psychologist, I'm like, people need tools.
Right.
And what I love so much about your platform is that you give some like really great practical, practical tools.
Thank you.
Give some great examples to me about like, you know, how to use these tools. So I really love that area. One thing I want you to talk about, if you don't mind. So I've gone to DB's events, and the first time I went, his first slide said insurance, and it had multiple insurances. But can you like describe that slide and how you utilize that, and then we'll talk a little bit about life.
Okay, that's a good point. So that particular slide was to illustrate how the mindset of getting insurance. Like there's a reason why you get insurance, because you want to be covered.
Yeah.
Right? In case something happened, you want to be covered. You don't want to get stuck holding the bag or being penalized or in a situation that kind of impedes your growth. So I feel like emotional intelligence is that life insurance, that real life insurance that's happening in real time. And the goal was to encourage people to get up every day and look at the world through this lens of emotional intelligence. And the reason why I phrase it like that, because it's something that you don't put down, right? Like you have to be mindful that when you step into the world, whatever world you step into, that you are arming yourself with this ability to process any emotionally charged situations through a logical lens. So having this EI on your side kind of puts that insurance around you that can minimize it, because it doesn't always work, right?
Right.
Minimize your chances of creating negative outcomes. But I will say, anybody who actively exercise emotional intelligence, even when it doesn't work, they're able to bounce back relatively quick because they understand the value of the restorative process of any relationship that you're connected to.
Ooh, I love that. So you said two things that I love, like be mindful and arm yourself.
Yeah, most definitely. Got to arm yourself.
Right.
You're not a game out here.
It's really not, because people are coming to test you all the time. Like all the time. That's what life is, though, right? It's not just coming in. It's not an attack just for you. It's for everybody. But when we have the right, like, when we're able to be mindful about what's coming at us, and then we like, okay, this is the tool in my tool bag that I can use in order to make this to make it better for myself. That's what's extremely important. I love it. So let me tell you some of the comments that people are saying. Some people are saying, yes, EI, I love it. We all need emotional intelligence. Somebody else just said,
yeah, right. Sure.
Definitely are. And then somebody else said, it minimizes your chances for negative outcomes.
Absolutely.
Yes. And so I love that. It minimizes it, because we all are struggling. We're always growing. And so, like, even if you try a tool and it doesn't work out that time, you still want to give yourself some compassion and be kind to yourself and try again. Right. Sure. Because you've been who you are for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. Right?
You know what I mean? So how would you say emotions play when it comes down to spending money and just money in general, when it comes down to finances? What is your view on that?
So first thing I think that we all have to do is have to take an honest look at our beliefs and values around money. Ooh. So I'll say for myself, growing up in the streets, right? And, jumping off the porch around 86, 87 and hustling, right. and hustling in the streets at such a young age. I mean, I touched, my first, touch with money is like 13, 14. Wow. And so my experience with it is fast. Make it fast, spend it fast. Make it fast, spend it fast. And I didn't even realize that as I continue to grow, that belief or value around money would be with me at 46, right? Right. You get traumatized when you start working because your check only comes every 2 weeks, but you have this habit, right?
Yes.
The way you feel about money, and my feeling and perception, and I'm still struggling with this today, is that because I've been blessed with the opportunity to make money. I'm pretty good at figuring out how to make it. But because I've always had that, then my value and belief, my feelings about money is that I'm not tripping. How much is, I don't care. I'm that guy that when we go out, I got the bill, who want a drink, I
got it.
Walking to the store. And so, but that's not probably the best, right? Behavior to have, because there have been times in my life where I got caught in the middle, where you can't make it, and then you're like, damn, but I just had 20 or 30,
right? Exactly.
Right? Yeah. And now it's down to 3, and now things are at me, and it's like, wow, you know what I mean? And so I would say it has everything to do with how you spend money. I would challenge people to go back to their earliest recollections and when they start handling money and what that experience was, and compare it to how you're operating today, because how you feel about money is in direct correlation on how you're going to spend, save, or invest your money.
Come on now, like preach. Like that is so like it's so true. I see it all the time. That's like in just having clients and everything. I used to see it all the time that people were having financial stress, and it all came down to like, how they always been operating with money ever since they were young, and they had no understanding. A lot of times things are so unconscious to us that we've been moving in this particular way. So I love that beliefs and value around money. So he gave you guys a challenge. So let's put that challenge out there. What is your earliest recollection with money, right? What is your earliest recollection with money? And also understand what are your beliefs and values around money and how they are impacting you right now. Because if you were still like, let's say behaving, let's say for you, like still like spending, because it's easy to make money, right? I remember I met this person who told me fast money is like no money, but slow money is like that for show money.
I ain't mad at that.
Right? Because when fast money comes through, as fast as you make it, the fast as it goes.
And I like to be transparent too, because like I said, today at 46, I just had a conversation with my accountant the other day, and she was on my helmet. She was just like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop, like, really, enough is enough. you know, and I have to consciously think about it, because I'll step outside and just it's that emotional thing when it comes to money, like the way you feel about it. And my feeling is that I don't feel.
Yes, yeah,
right. And that's what, and so everybody's gonna be different, right? And there's different your personality styles will have some will attribute to it as well, because you know I'm what they call an orange personality style, so I'm very spontaneous, ambitious, risk taker, you know what I mean, like I gamble, you know what I mean, like I'm going there to try to flip a house, like I'm very without the details, right? Like these gold personalities are very organized and structured. They dot their I's and cross those T's. Those the gold personality style probably doesn't have issues with money. They believe in budgets. Right. They slow down before they spend. Blues, more sociable people. They lead with their heart. So they're probably will be kind of cool with money, but they're the type of person that you can share any story with them and they'll just loan money and give money and take care of people, right? Because that's their thing. And then there's the greens, the 4 personality styles. Then the greens are very analytical, and they'll be a little bit better with money too, because everything has to make sense before they spend it. So, you know, your personality style, your beliefs, your values will have a lot to do with how you feel about money and what type of success you have in life as a result.
No joke. And I think I just put that up there, ineverworry.com. Why don't you guys get you go through it in your
in the training.
So like, you know, to really kind of understand your personality style and how it operates in multiple areas, not just money, but, you know, it's very important to see how it's how you're managing your money based on your personality style. And even like, you know, I really appreciate your transparency because I think that it's important to realize that we all don't have it together. Right. We're always working towards making ourselves better, and we're always like moving towards growth constantly. So it's a process to continue to grow, even when it comes down to our money. And so there's a couple of people who said a lot of things. So let me just say with the comments. So somebody said, take an honest look at our beliefs around money. So yes. Someone else said, your belief around money as a child can carry into adulthood. Exactly. Right. So that's very true. Someone else said, some don't value money because of the way they receive it. Yeah, that's huge, because of the way that they receive it. And then another person said, if they get it quick, they spend it. If they spend it, and if you work hard for your money, then you spend it differently. Right. And sometimes that's the case. Right. Like now, sometimes
there's a little bit of I'm in the middle with that one. I partially agree.
I'm not really sure about that too, because sometimes people work hard for their money and then they get to that place that I need to reward my money. I call it more of the YOLO personality, right? You get to that you only live once. Like I'm living it up because I never know what's going to happen, to me and for me. And so we get to that place that we like, I need to buy this purse, I need to buy these shoes because I work so hard, right? And we actually, and this is more of like, I guess, part of our community, we're not always exposed to people who are, building and saving as much, right? I also grew up in Brookfield, the same area as you. And in my community and in my family, nobody was saving nothing at all. And me seeing that made me say like, ooh, I'm going to have some money because what's going to happen if I don't have money? Okay. So that's very, very important. So I had to like get my mind right. Definitely around that.
And, if I might add to, and this might sting a little bit, right? But so the first domain in emotional intelligence is self-awareness.
There we go.
So I always say to people, I use this analogy a lot, that every day that we look in the mirror, a lot of people look in the mirror, but they never really make eye contact, right?
Ooh, that's good.
You spend time, people look in the mirror every single day, but hardly ever really make eye contact. And what I mean by that is that you do the external stuff. You put your eyebrows on, your hair, wash your face, brush your teeth. But very few people stop and really take it in who they are and how they're about to show up for the day.
Yeah.
And the reason why I bring that up, because most people can't even look themselves in the eye.
Yeah.
I always challenge people, if you don't believe me, the next time you're at the mirror, I want you to stop and just look at yourself.
Yes.
And what's probably going to happen is you're probably going to feel a little uncomfortable. It's going to feel a little weird.
Yes.
And it's a direct reflection of how less you look at yourself. And if you can't look at yourself, then how do you expect other people to look at you? Now, what's my point? A lot of time I said it might sting because there's a self-esteem issue with a lot of folks. So a lot of times your feeling about money, right, is to try to pacify low self-esteem. So you buy things so that you can get externally rewarded for people. Buy this thing that flashed, you know what I'm saying, to make people look at me and go, that's dope, that's cute, that's fresh, because it gives you some sense of validation. And so we got to be honest about that too. Like, who are you doing, or who are you buying things for? Are you buying for yourself, or are you only buying because you want people to acknowledge you? Which, you know, as humans, we want to be acknowledged, but again, you got to have that balance and understand why you're going into this thing.
Yes, self-awareness is extremely important. So make sure that you guys are checking yourself. That's what I'm hearing this whole entire time. It's all about, like, you know, look in the mirror and make some eye contact.
Yeah, absolutely.
And start to get some self-awareness. And then we're going to end it at this point. We're almost towards the end, but I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about life insurance? And now that we're on National Life Insurance Awareness Month,
yeah, I appreciate that.
You know, you would tell people about really kind of getting aware about this.
So there's a couple of things. I will say that I was somebody before that didn't care about life insurance, didn't even think it was relevant. You know, I probably got up on in the last 10 years or so where I was really understanding its importance. So I have it on my kids and every person around me. I think it's extremely important for a couple of reasons. One, if you can get policies that have good value, whole life policies, things of that nature, I think that's a term of an investment, right? Because we know that down the line, like if things get hard, you can draw from that, right? But also too, we have to be honest about, like, shit, we gonna die.
Yeah.
Let's just stop acting like the shit ain't gonna happen.
Right.
Like, hey, this video is gonna be, you know, a sacred moment because one of us won't be here, right? And any event that happens, right? What do we leave behind for those, right, that been rocking with us the whole time? So that's how I look at it. Like, if something happens to me, I don't want this gaping hole. I don't want my wife to have to struggle. I don't want her to have to worry about money. Right. She doesn't have enough to deal with. The same for my kids, and vice versa. So I think it's extremely important to look at life insurance as a life investment, right? That eventually is going to pay out one way or
the other.
Like, you can bet that policy is going to get cashed at some point. So while we're out here processing money and pushing it through, I would just people to say, find something that a number that you can afford, right? That can automatically come out of your account. So you don't have to think about it, so that you stay covered. I think if you are somebody, if you have something you have to physically pay yourself without automatically coming out, that's how people get lapse in their coverage or whatever. I think just get you a policy, something you can afford, the cost of a couple of drinks or a night out, whatever per month, and let it come automatically so you can be covered. Because don't leave people out here behind, because when you're gone, we still here. And and unfortunately, we got to deal with the reality that there's going to be expenses associated with your untimely demise.
Yes. And that's what we're out here. That's why we were trying to really make people aware and share this information. We have our Project 1000 mission right now, which is our goal to get to 1,000 people.
I love it.
To get, you know, protected. And so everybody remember, like, you see it across the screen that says take the Project 1000 pledge.com right now today, and make sure that you pledge to get yourself some life insurance. But you also heard DB said he doesn't just have his life insurance on himself. He got it from everybody around him. Make sure that the kids is protected.
I got anybody I think I might be responsible for.
Exactly. I pay for all kind of life insurance. I don't even have it.
I think they're gonna come to me in the end. I just got them covered.
Exactly. Whoever you're responsible for, and then of course make a good money decision. Like, you know, mentioning, you know, something that you can afford, that you know that it won't you know, take you out, and be able to pay on a monthly basis and not have to worry about it. So I just want to thank you know, DB. Let me make sure I put all his information up again. So you guys can go to ineverworry.com. You guys can get both his books. He's not just a one-time author, right? Author,
right on.
really both like speaking to that emotional intelligence and even coming from a personal experience as he's sharing that information. So you guys can go to ineverworry.com to get that information. I know he also has, I'll put it up there, the 30-day EI experience. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So the 30-day EI experience that can actually, you could tell them what.
I mean, and simply put, the 30-day EI experience is your 30-day blueprint to take you from where you are now to becoming emotionally intelligent. And so they're very short chapters. There's all of my EI secrets in there that over many years I've been using in corporation. It's just another effort for me to get it in front of folks so that they can be prepared, as they travel through their day, to draw from one of these tools and use this EI. So I theme a lot of secrets. I do my best to make it something that you can remember, that highlights, so that when it happens, because it's going to happen. Right, you're gonna get tested. Somebody's gonna cut you off. The line's gonna be long. Somebody's gonna be rude. Something's gonna happen. And the key to it is that when it happens, and we have to remember this. The higher the emotion, the lower the logic. Right. So when emotions are high, logic is low. So we want to keep that in mind along the way. But we get the EI secrets and you'll be able to get all that at the time. But I want to say I appreciate you. We have a lot of talks offline. I really respect and love what you're doing, and you always got my support no matter what.
Yes. So I love you. Thank you so much for joining in and taking the time. I know you busy out there.
Right on.
The world, but you definitely shared with us today, and so thank you so much, and we will make sure that you guys go to ineverworry.com and get this information out there. Get started getting emotionally intelligent.
Right on. All right, love you too, and tell Warvette I said hello.
Okay, will do.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
So what an amazing interview we just had. Did you just hear that? I really love this part. When emotions are high, logic is low, right? When emotions are high, logic is low. And so that even means something when it comes down to our money. I do want to say something that somebody else said that I think was really good. So somebody said, that's right on the nose. I think if people did a little more self-awareness, probably wouldn't be so materialistic people, right? So yes, like we have all kind of reasons as to why we find ourselves, spending incorrectly and stuff like that, right? And he also told us to start to think about our early childhood memories as well. And somebody else said, like, live within your means, right? It's very important for us to live within our means. And then I like this last comment that just came through that says, take care of yourself because no one else will, right? No one else will. So we just want to definitely give it up for DB Bedford, who just came on. Go to ineverworry.com and, definitely support him. He explained the importance of life insurance. And so now as we are going, further, I want to give you guys a little bit more information about life insurance, and then I can really speak to that question that initially had came in specifically about her child and how much they were spending on a monthly basis. So let me tell you this, and I see if I can type all of these things in as we go on. Okay. So when it comes down to life insurance, you heard Warvette Johansson earlier say that life insurance is very powerful when it comes down to generational wealth. It's extremely powerful when it comes down to generational wealth. Since we are out here sharing this, I just want to put this out there again. I want to put the right thing that says our Project 1000 mission. Because life insurance is so powerful, and we're trying to we want everybody to be protected. Don't be the only person who's protected. Make sure you're also protecting your family as well, right? Like DB mentioned, like he's protected. He has his kids, right? Even some of his kids are adults, and he still has protection over them, right? So we want to make sure our children are protected. So we're looking for families. So if you want to take the pledge, take the project1000pledge.com. You want to do that for your families as well, right? So